Yeah, she's destroying the aircraft.
Yes, I will hit you.
She's beating her. She's slapped her eye. You want to grab a quick peg. She has slapped her. She's destroying the aircraft.
Sorry, my head for me. C4.
Okay, so much has been said, concerning the young lady who was rudely or who was forcefully brought out of Ibom Airlines, the other day when she actually allegedly slapped an air hostess, and what really happened was she was asked to put off her phone and she decided to leave it on flight mode, and it culminated to a whole lot of issues. And right about now, a lot of people are coming from different angles. Some are for the girl and others are for Ibom Airlines, and some are saying they should sue Ibom Airlines, and others are saying okay, Ibom Airlines should sue the girl because the girl was actually also threatening to destroy some parts of the airline. And we should understand, it's a very complex and complicated issue where everybody seems to be wanting to have different things to say at different levels. But I actually just did some little research and realized that Ibom Air actually acted according to the law. Yes, one thing with us Nigerians is that we always don't look at what the law says. When you do purchases, when you buy receipts, when you pay for something, you collect receipts, we always do not spend time to look at the terms and conditions attached to those receipts. If you look at the terms and conditions attached to some of the things, the receipts you do, you will actually know that of a truth Ibom Airline acted according to the law. Now, Ibom Air acted within the law based on the terms and conditions you agreed when you paid for the ticket and accepted the conditions. Restraining her was lawful, and asking her also to switch off her phone was lawful. The dragging was necessary because she resisted. It's like somebody resisting arrest. I mean, come on, all those guys were personnel. They were all wearing uniforms to show that they were working against the law. So if somebody comes and tells you you need to do this and you decide not to do it, the law mandates them to force you. Now look at what they said. They said they needed to get her out of the plane so they could in turn load another flight. Now, why should she now as a person now decide to hold this plane hostage? Because as far as I'm concerned, they needed to take her out so they can load the plane. And if she committed a crime, the air hostess who actually stopped her from going out is also acting around the law. So this thing that people are busy dragging themselves and saying the girl did this, the girl did that. Some persons have even come to tell me that I've never flown I've never entered the plane before. So how will I, if I know that they used to say, put your phones on off or put it on flight mode. Now, for the records, I've flown both the local flights and I've flown international flights. There are some international flights that they will even give you password, right? They'll give password to the Wi-Fi so that you can chat while you're on plane. But come on, don't be deceived. They said all electronics should be switched off during takeoff. They didn't say whether flight mode or not. It should be switched off during takeoff. That is what they say. When the plane is at a certain altitude now and you feel like putting it on to do whatever you want to do, fine and good. But during takeoff and during landing, those are the most dangerous times of a plane, and the best thing for everyone to do is to switch your phones off. And I begin to wonder why people will just find it difficult, to put off a phone for just 1 hour. Is it that the sky is going to fall, or is it that Tinubu is going to call you, or is it that Bill Gates is going to call you? What's that important thing that cannot wait? The best you can do is, if you have a loved one you want to talk with, you can as well still call them before you board. when you're boarding, before takeoff, call them and make the necessary call. When you land, you cannot switch on your phone. Some airlines even say you should not put on your phone until the plane goes to a permanent stop. But trust Nigerians now, we will never listen. We always want to do things our own way. And when now people begin to react or will take actions, everybody will want to have what to say. Now, if you look at your ticket, when you buy your ticket, Article 12.1.1 says, if in a reasonable opinion you conduct yourself aboard the aircraft so as to endanger, endanger the craft or any person or performance of a person or property on board, or obstruct the crew in the performance of their duties, or fail to comply with any instructions of the crew, including but not limited to those with respect to smoking, alcohol, drug consumption or behavior in a manner which causes discomfort, inconvenience, damage or injury to other passengers or the crew, we may take such measures as we deem reasonably necessary to prevent continuation of such conduct, including restraint. I hope you heard that one. Including restraint. You may be disembarked and refused onward carriage at any point and may be prosecuted for offences committed on board the aircraft. See am, no you mean write am. Ibom Air. When you bought the ticket, they specifically told you all of that. But guess what? We need to get time read all those things. Our own be say they don't give me ticket oh, I want travel oh, they don't go so. You know 1 cent waiting happen. So you cannot just go on air because you paid for air ticket and they say off phone or put it on flight mode. You now decided to now want to do it the other way. Now listen to another one. 12.2, Article 12.2 says, for safety reasons, we may forbid or limit operation aboard the aircraft of electronic equipment, including but not limited to cellular phones, laptop computers, portable recorders, portable radios, CD players, electronic cigarettes, electronic games or transmitting devices, including radio controlled toys and walkie-talkie operations of hearing aids and heart pacemakers permitted. This is Ibom Air. These are the conditions for carriage. Before they carry you on their plane, these are the things they tell you. But guess what? We will always want to look the other way around. And when you look the other way around and issues come, you will now begin to complain. So, I am, in as much as we are all asking to temper justice with mercy, it is also pertinent for people to know and understand that most of these things is not just about the girl alone, but it's also for occurrences of other people. Because I've actually been on some planes where they will tell people off your phone. People always want to still disobey these air hostesses. You know that they are air hostesses does not mean you should disrespect them. No, it's not. So for those of you who think you can go and disrespect those people, maybe because they no be soldier, because if it's soldiers now, you go fear what your own after all. They need to carry gun, but they have the power. You know, they have the power. They've been mandated to make sure that there's peace and order. Because one day now, person fit dey for on top flight, he slap co-passenger. Before you know it, 2 passengers go dey fight for airline. Before you know it, they don't go hit pilot. And when they hit pilot like that now, plane fit come down like this. You know, before you know, everybody will come and buy. So that's not actually not what we are all looking for. What we are actually all looking for is a safer Nigeria. You know, and see now the she has actually now something that is supposed to be very sacred. She don't come expose the pawpaw, and everybody now have seen it. You know, pawpaw that I'm sure one person is paying heavily somewhere. She has now exposed it for everybody to see. You know, some of these are kind of things or drama. But all the same, we just hope a lot of people will learn, a lot of people will understand, a lot of people will feel the impact and know that it is actually not too good for people to always feel that they have the right. If you saw the way she was fighting and all the whole thing she was causing, you will know that she needed to be restrained in some, yeah, she just needed, they just needed some form of sanity in that place. So I don't really see anything wrong in what the Ibom Air staffs did to her. All right, that's my own opinion anyway, and you are entitled to your own opinion. So what do you think? You can go to the comment section and let us keep this conversation going on. Thank you, and see you some other time. Bye bye.